The magician's given a borrowed, shuffled deck of cards, and then deals off 10 cards from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the spectator can confirm that that is only 10 cards. Then the spectator will think of any number between 1 and 10. So let's say you said the number 6. So you would look for the 6th card in the stack. So this one is number 1. This one's number 2. And this one is number 3. So number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, and finally number 10. So if you saw, we put them back in the same order that they were in. So your card should be number 6 from the top, and we'll put that on top right there, and we'll deal down to the 6th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th card is... But that wasn't your card? Okay, 9 hearts wasn't your card. Well, if we look in this pocket here, we'll find that I have a card stored right in here. And that is the 9 of spades. Was that your card? And here we can do it again, because we can just take this and then snap, hands empty, and then we'll put it in here, and there's another card. Oh, and there are like a bunch of different cards in here. It's an empty pocket. But if we look at that one card that I pulled out of there, we'll see that it's also the 9 of spades. But I'll show you how I did that. And what I did is I took the card and I palmed it. And that's essentially holding it in a concealed view from the spectator. And then I just put it in my pocket and acted like I pulled it out of the pocket. So you may be asking, what about the time that I showed my hand empty? Well, what I did there is I palmed it, made it invisible, made it visible again, and then pulled it out of the pocket, and this card is the 9 of spades. Now, before you start this, you're going to want to have a little bit of setup, and all that is just taking one card and putting it in your pocket right here, and just begin the trick from there. This is actually a really easy card trick to do. All you need to do is get a Shepherd deck of cards, and then you pull off 10 cards from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is actually 10 cards. And as you do that, you get a pinky break under the top card up here. So how you do that is you push this card over, push it up with your pinky, and leave that break right there. It's invisible to the spectators from the front, but it's a really powerful move. Then you take these cards, flip them over, and put them on top of the deck, and pick up that card you had the pinky break under with it. You can set the rest of the deck aside for now. And now you have 10 cards on top, and then that one face down card. Now you tell the spectator to think of any card, so let's just say 3 for this one. So you start dealing down and explain, this is the first one, this is the second one, and since this is the third one, the 8 of spades, they'll remember that one, but you don't know that it's the 8 of spades, and the number that they chose was 3. So keep going through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And since you had this extra card on the bottom, they'll think this is the top card and that there was only 10. That also means that they think the third card down is their card, even though it's one further down, so it's actually a 4th down. So you put the rest of the cards down on top of the deck, and then you just start dealing down to the third card. So 1, 2, And then 3, they'll see that it's not their card. And then what you do is you take their card that's on top here, you palm it, and that is simply concealing it in the hand from the spectator without them noticing. And then you reach inside your pocket and then just push it in. This doesn't even have to be the shirt pocket. I actually recommend using your pants pocket if you have them, but this is the best availability for the video. And then you just take it out, show it, and then that's cool. And now you put everything back on top, and then you put this back on the deck. Now this is where you take the card, where this card that you put in earlier becomes useful. You just snap your fingers, show your hands empty, and then you pull out the card that you put in earlier. And you know that this isn't actually their card. So you put it on and just say, I don't have a bunch of different cards in my pocket like I did in the performance. And then do what's called a double lift, and I'll get back to that move later. And show it as their card. The double lift is essentially picking up 2 cards as one. So it looks like the second from top card is actually the top card. So that's a cool move, and I'll show you how to do it later. But back to the trick. Now what you're going to do is you're going to actually explain to them how it was done. So get a pinky break under the second from top card, and then explain how you actually palmed the card, which you actually did at the start, and then put it in your pocket. Now this part's important. You actually only pull out one of the 2 cards that you just palmed, and that is the card that actually isn't there. So you only pulled out the 8 of diamonds. Then you put it back on top, and you say, well, you may ask, what about the time I showed my hand empty? Then you do a cool little vanish where you make it look like you palm a card, but you really didn't. So it's where you cover it with your hand and look like you're about to palm, and just do that. So do that. Snap your fingers, say you made it invisible or something like that. Cover it again, snap visible again, and then just go grab the card. It is their card. Back to the double lift I mentioned earlier. If you want to learn that in depth, I have a video right here. Go check it out. Be sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.